Caroline Issa, the CEO and fashion director of Tank magazine, and I'm here with Roksanda Ilinčić, who is a fashion designer and founder of Roksanda, and Nicola Brown, the Womenswear director at Barbour International, and we are here to talk about their very exciting collaboration. What got you excited when you were contacted by Barbour International?
Oh my God, I was so excited because obviously Barbour International is such a wonderful brand with humongous heritage and everything that kind of represents this country in its best possible light. And it's something that I always admire and appreciated, but obviously I don't have in my own brand. So possibility to bring that amazing heritage, blend it with my own design perspective and create something that it's really dialogue between those two companies. I thought it was so exciting. So thank you guys for being so wonderful and
thank you.
Appreciative of everything that we have done together.
Well, for me, it was more about the silhouettes. So it's the confidence and the kind of form that Roksanda kind of starts with. And the images we had with the first sketches were all 3D garments. They were an amazing blend of vintage and inspiration that was taken from our archive presentation pack that I'd sent to Roksanda, and within that there was elements of our iconic styles such as our A7, which was created in 1948. For me it means a lot, but Roksanda took that and blended it into her handwriting. So it was just a pocket slightly tilted to an angle that was on this beautiful pleated sleeve with 3 different duvets, I think, were attached to a jumpsuit.
Roksanda, tell me about the brand DNA, the spirit of the Roksanda brand.
When I started my brand, obviously I'm a woman, I always wanted it to be label that it's created by women for women, and this kind of motto that I always said, it's very important even to those days. So it's very feminine, but also very much about sheltering and protecting women, about helping her to get around in her everyday life. And I think that element was very important in this collaboration as well, because I think the Barbour is also very much about shelter and protection and creating that layer that will protect you from outside world. Apart from this shape, structure, fluid architecture as I call it, construction that is actually very easy, very light, and allowing women to feel effortless and not constructed by the garments.
Obviously volume is an incredible brand signature, but so is color. We've got some incredible sort of neons and beautiful color combinations. How did you approach the collection from a color standpoint?
Well, yes, as you said, color is such an important part of my DNA, and also being inspired by artists as well. And I wanted to bring that to this collaboration too. So I looked at incredible work of French-Italian artist Nicola Brown, and she's one of the female members of incredible Memphis group, also known not just for her paintings, but furniture and different things that she was experimenting with. So I look at her work and really pumped it slightly up. Obviously, she wasn't using maybe necessarily fluorescent colors, but I thought that her very unusual color combination, but also brought to this force of fluorescent, beautiful shades could work very well against the very kind of subtle tones of original Barbour International, which are black and navy and all those kind of aubergines and greens. And I think the result is very exciting and very wearable at the same time, because that was another thing that I wanted to make sure that those garments have life, not just on pages of fashion magazines, but above all for real women inside of the town, inside of their kind of time that they're spending, either going to countryside or staying here or doing whatever they're doing. But it's important that they're wearing it in a real life.
Tell me, Roksanda, was there something working on the Barbour International collection and collaboration that you wanted to learn? So, Nicola was saying how there was challenges that you threw at them, but was there something that you wanted to really learn from the rich heritage that you could then sort of either play within this collection or also bring into your own?
Yes, but what I love is that element of functionality and that everything there is for a purpose. And there is the reason why the pocket is open for both sides, or it can be detachable, or it's actually slanted so that when you're riding a motorbike, you can easily approach it. There are all those kind of little things that you wouldn't necessarily know from the first time, but that I kind of learn after the team has explained it to me. And I wanted really to bring that even if you don't know why the certain things are there, there is a really incredible reason why they're there, and it's usually functionality. And I just kind of love that aspect of it.
It was quite interesting because from Roxanda's, you're about colour and it's bold, and wax, you have to be very sympathetic with it. The colour is quite a difficult angle to take wax fabrications down, and actually trying to find that correct tone, that correct level of colour that would work and didn't go transparent, but it was also true to Roxanda's brand. It was actually...
That was one of the biggest
Yeah,
challenges,
I think
bigger than the zip.
Yeah, it was actually. And watching, we probably sat and worked for, it was a good couple of hours. We were working around colour and said, well, can we do this colour? I was like, we might be able to do it if we make it a little bit darker. And it was probably the colour balance of the wax.
Yes.
As soon as anybody's seen the collection, it's the excitement and everybody just, oh my God, this is amazing and this is incredible. And even just watching people's reaction of walking into the showroom or walking into our design room and seeing the collection there, you think, oh my God, that's incredible that we've done that. And so the neons definitely pull people in, and then when they pull them in, they look at the shapes and the forms, and again, all the details, what you've put into the garments. It's kind of, everybody spends so long just looking at the garments. It's beautiful. It's really inspirational.
And tell me about visiting the Barbour International Archives. What was it that sort of really stood out for you?
It was literally like going and visiting a dreamland. There were so many pieces, and I was particularly drawn to actually quite strong pieces that have quite a lot of masculinity in them. So it was like the trousers, which you can see here as well, or those wonderful wax coats that were worn and worn and worn again, and they just look better and better the more aged they became. And I'm hoping that will happen with these pieces as well, that more they're worn, more they're used, they're going to get a different type of beauty and different type of life.
Nicola, do you have a favorite, or was there maybe even one jacket or outerwear piece that was maybe the most challenging but the most satisfying as to how it actually turned out?
We probably have our favourite piece, which is a yuba.
Yes.
Best way to describe
yes.
it. But we have probably an affection towards it because it's a module piece for me. And it was that approach that Roksanda brought, where this garment has to be wearable. So although the shape is very oversized, you've got a beautiful sleeve construction, but you've got a hidden zip to the hem, so it becomes from a long, well for me it's long, kind of mid calf length, beautiful outerwear piece. Unzip the bottom and it becomes a shorter garment that you can wear much more if you're in and around the kind of city and the weather might not be as cold. My personal piece is probably the Ida in the fluorescent. I think again that colour is really powerful and within the collection really stands out.
Thank you both so much for your time today. It's been so exciting to learn about this first collaboration, and everyone, the collection is out now.